While Minecraft 1.19 may have been a more recent addition, with the new update comes hopes for the next one, because we're never satisfied. And when we get the new strongest mob in the game with the Warden, at least in Java Edition, Mojang has some pretty big shoes to fill with something like Minecraft version 1.20. So, what are the coolest ideas that I could come up with for various updates for Minecraft? That's what we're exploring today. Let's do it. In a 10 difficulty, Minecraft does have quite a few difficulties, the most popular ones being hardcore and peaceful, because nobody else really thinks or cares to talk about the other three. However, these difficulties could really use an update, or at least the difficulty system in general could use kind of an addition. Whether it be a separate selector or not, I think that there should be an option at least to use a better AI system. Maybe something a little more advanced for difficulty rather than just making mobs do more damage when the difficulty is higher. Maybe we can implement the stalking creepers mod to a certain extent. I remember there was like a possible feature for 1.17 that included like creepers running away from other creepers that were about to explode, or was that a mod? At this point I can't remember, but something like that would be cool as well. Maybe skeletons also taking cover instead of just backing away when we got too close, or spiders intentionally jumping off of walls to get at us instead of just climbing them by accident or to get to us, you know, because like if it's just running at me, I can just hit it with a sword. I think that some AI improvements like this that could be enabled or disabled at will would add a fresh new element to the game and wouldn't really change the game that much, especially if it was optional. Maybe something for the veteran players, you know? In at 9, survival. Minecraft does definitely have a survival mode, but somehow our character doesn't ever need to drink water, or literally drink anything in order to survive. In hard difficulty, sure, we can actually starve to death, but other than that, you won't get killed by starving. And sure, I mean, Minecraft is a game of blocks, it's not supposed to be realistic, but maybe some additional survival elements could make the game more exciting. I mean, honestly, getting large quantities of water isn't really an issue anymore, especially with dripstone and cauldrons, well, because of infinite water sources, but especially with like dripstone and cauldrons, because if you add the requirement to boil the water before you can drink it, putting the cauldron over a fire or a campfire would work perfectly fine, and then you could just grab as many water bottles as you wanted. I mean, like, we have them in the game already, right? Might as well let them be useful without requiring a potion in them. I'm not saying like go as hardcore as like RL Craft or Skyrim Survival Mode or Frostfall. I'm just saying maybe having another need would make things feel a little more interesting. You could add a canteen or something that holds multiple servings of water, since we can carry like a stack of steak down into a cave. And I mean, like, this is the perfect kind of game to add another need to, since we already have to worry about eating and it wouldn't really change that much. In at 8, Yummy Tummy. Yes, I named this one the Yummy Tummy update intentionally because I thought it was hilariously cringe in the best way. While having to drink water could be beneficial to add another element to survival Minecraft, there is an easier solution that would give players even more variety and other aspects of the game to explore. My sister is very fond of the Pam's Harvest Craft mod. In fact, if I want her to play any mod pack that I make, I have to include this mod, otherwise she just won't play it. And then even when I do include it, she doesn't play the pack anyway. Yeah, it's a great sister, right? Well, maybe we wouldn't need that mod if Minecraft updated their foodstuffs. Currently, there are 40 consumable items in Minecraft, not all of which are actually helpful, and they're all required for a balanced diet advancement. But, why not make that advancement an entire branch of advancements and make food in Minecraft a little more interesting? I mean, there are things that you can make, like various soups, cookies, and pumpkin pie, but that's really all the foodstuffs that you can craft, and cake. Or I guess technically cook. I mean, I guess that's the right term. Bread is literally just a loaf of bread, so why not make it possible to use that and make a sandwich? Something that would be more beneficial than just carrying around a stack of damn steaks or golden carrots. Because, like, it would need to be worth it to do that. Because once you have a steady supply of emeralds and some farming villagers, you completely remove the whole aspect of hunger from the game. At that point, you're just eating to regenerate health. So why not make it a little bit more exciting? In at 7, Herobrine. Herobrine has been a Minecraft meme and a legend for over 10 years. As long as Minecraft has been around basically, so has Herobrine. The creepypasta character has become synonymous with the game despite never actually being in the game, and that's something to admire. Sure, there have been subtle references to him in update logs saying removed Herobrine, but after something as big as adding the strongest monster to the game and then splitting what had planned to be one update into 3, Mojang needs to do something big. So why not add the most iconic fan-made video game character character of literally all time to Minecraft. I mean, there are already mods for it, okay? And you don't really need to do anything big. Maybe just subtle things that eventually lead to an actual Herobrine encounter. It could be an April Fool's update, it could be real, it doesn't really matter to me. I just think that it would be cool to see something like this be added to the game, even if it's just for a day. In at 6, Equalizer. I'm sure basically all of you know that there are 2 different versions of Minecraft, and I'm sure that for some reason most of you play on the Bedrock edition for whatever reason. Be it on console, PC, mobile, or through Game Pass. I don't get why you would do it, but nevertheless it's still a thing. However, some of you may not know that there are actually distinct different features across the different versions of the game. For example, in the last part I mentioned that Bedrock never got a real combat update, but also in Bedrock edition you can waterlog pistons, leaves, and more. Well, I mean, you can waterlog leaves in Java edition now, but that's aside the point. You can place redstone on piston backs along with being able to push tile entities, meaning that things like chests, furnaces, and dispensers can be pushed by pistons. Things with an inventory in Bedrock can actually be moved, but not in Java. And there are features in Java not present in Bedrock. The idea with this Equalizer update though would be to bring the same features into both versions. Conflicting features would have to have one of them removed, obviously, which could be done by a voting, similar to how they would do the mob votes in the past, and it would really limit the discrepancies between versions, because if you see someone do something cool online, sometimes you just can't do it because they used a feature that you don't have access to, or it's different in your version. So yeah, bringing them together in that sense could end a lot of confusion, especially on TikTok, because there's so many stupid comments. Halfway through into number 5, Redstone. The Minecraft Redstone update was actually Minecraft version 1.5. Yeah, this version is what added realms, nether quartz, hoppers, redstone blocks, daylight sensors, trapped chests, comparators, and metal pressure plates, TNT minecarts, and actually, interestingly enough, the actual nether brick item that you get from smelting netherrack. However, while this was a major update for Redstone and was incredibly cool, it was also released in 2013, nearly 10 years ago. Just over 9 years ago, we got the Redstone update, and we haven't really gotten any updates since. Sure, we've gotten some new redstone blocks like the skulk sensor and observer, but that's just 2 things. Redstone could really do with another update, and it's a place that they could add the copper golem in as well, since I mean, while yes, the allay is cool, copper golems just seem so much cooler and cuter. Okay, the allay, at least in my mind, are like the gold diggers of Minecraft. They'll follow you around if you give them an item, but after a time, if you don't give them another one, they're gonna stop following you, okay? The copper golem just wants to push buttons, and you know what? I can relate to that. Plus, we could also do with a little bit more redstone stuff, even if it's to make things simpler for those who want to get into redstone but are intimidated by it. So yeah, that could help. Well, I mean, like, don't make it simple enough to, like, for me to make a 16-bit computer in Minecraft, because, like, God knows I'm not even gonna try that, but still, like, just come on. In at 4, combat. The 1.9 combat update can honestly be named literally anything else and it would still make sense. Honestly, it was closer to an end update than an actual combat update. Out of the 22 new additions to the game in 1.9, only 6 of them were actually based on combat. Sure, some mechanics were changed, like the skeleton AI and sword blocking, but only 6 out of the 22 new features in the combat update were focused on combat. The majority of them were focused on the end, and with all of the combat snapshots we've been seeing on Reddit, 9 of them to be exact, we still haven't seen any of those features like axe combat enchantments being added into the game, which in my mind should have been added in the combat update, but I mean, like, they came up with it after. So why not make an actual combat update with these mechanics and maybe some additional ones thrown in there for good measure? The amount of times that I have tried to use a shield to block fall damage is embarrassing, but maybe I've seen Winter Soldier too many times. I mean, like, maybe they could throw in an enchantment for that, you know? You could just, like, land on your shield and you'd take, like, half damage, I don't know. Add the cleaving enchantment, add the weapon reach, and add the changes to the bow accuracy for if it's drawn longer than 3 seconds. Or maybe do 5, because, like, 3 seconds isn't really that bad. At this point, I feel like we deserve it after the last end update. I mean, sorry, combat update. My bad. Getting close to the end in number 3, storage. Minecraft storage could really use an update as well. Like, sure, we have a few storage containers in the game and chests have been improved since now we don't have to space them out every other block, but currently it just feels like it can still be improved. Chests especially now, considering how they're the least useful storage container in the game. Sure, they're simple to make, but barrels are actually cheaper in both versions. To make 3 chests in Minecraft, you need 24 wooden planks, regardless of the edition, In Java Edition, 3 barrels will actually cost you 3 planks less, since you turn 3 of them into 6 slabs and then it's 2 slabs per barrel. And in Bedrock, it's even cheaper than that, since instead of planks, you use sticks. So 3 barrels in Bedrock Edition is going to cost you 18 planks instead of 24 or even 21. And not only that, but barrels also hold the same amount as a single chest. They may not be able to combine, which may cause some inconvenience, but they also don't need to have a transparent block above them for them to actually work, resulting in a more efficient use of space. So yeah, Minecraft chests, or storage in general, could really use an update, even if it's just like buttons to sort chests, like the inventory tweaks mod or something, really. Because, like, honestly, chests need something to be able to get their edge back, because at this point they're useless. Unless you're crafting shulker boxes. It's true. But ultimately, in at number 2, Unity. I talked about how Minecraft's different versions are different in many ways, and an update that gave the two the same features would be wonderful and prevent confusion. However, why not take that a step further and make the game's cross-version as well? It's difficult since I don't think that Bedrock, aka Windows Edition, runs on Java, which is why this isn't really possible currently. However, you could do something like working a way to make the realms cross-version. Okay, that way it's a separate entity that doesn't mess with either version, but you can make both of their coding systems work with it. It would be a lot of work and it would be difficult, but I've seen it done with certain server plugins. And let's be honest, Minecraft Realms needs something like that to actually make them worth it. Okay, I was paying around, it was either $11 or $15 a month for my realm, and none of my friends played on it, okay? But we stopped playing on it because it got boring. We couldn't have mods, we couldn't use plugins. If I wanted to add a data pack, I needed to download the world folder, add the data pack, and then re-upload it, which would take ages. But then I outsourced to an unofficial server hosting, and the service hasn't gone down. I can use mods on it, I can use custom and pre-made mod packs, and I can add plugins and whatever I want without much hassle, okay? Plus, it was the same price. I upgraded recently for more space, but I can have more than 11 people on the server, and anyone who wants to join can join it, including fans, since the IP is in my Discord server. So if Realms could do cross-version, it would definitely be a game changer for them. Maybe I would actually play on a realm for once. Well, for once. Again. And finally, in at number 1, the horror update. Now, Minecraft is a lot of things. People say that it is a lot of other things as well, but one thing that I don't hear much or at all really is that the game is scary. Sure, hardcore can be scary, but that's because if you die, your world is gone forever, not because of anything in the game. The Warden was scary at first, but now we can distract it with a piston on an observer loop, so why not add a little something spookier to Minecraft for all the players who have grown up with the game and maybe want a little bit more spook in their world? Okay, the last update that wanted to add something scary was the interestingly named Pretty Scary update from 2010, over 8 years ago. Nearly 10 actually, since the Pretty Scary update was Minecraft version 1.4.2 and released on October 25th, 2012. This Halloween update added much of the iconic features now, which is zombie villagers, bats, command blocks, anvils, pumpkin pies, but it also added the wither skeletons, the beacon, and the wither boss, which is exactly what made this the Pretty Scary update. But Pretty Scary was fine back in 2012. It's 2022 now, okay? Give us the really scary update or the horror update and add some stuff that will actually make the adult players happy while keeping it rated E. There are certainly some things that you could add, okay? Like the stalking creepers or scary noises from the deep dark, the damn skulk sensors. Make it scary, okay? Make me scared of ancient cities again, because one stack of ender pearls and I'm pretty solid. That's all the time we have for today, friends. Thank you all so much for watching. I have been in Charlemagne Connor Monroe, and I'll see you in another video. Mojang, add these, damn it, and pay me.